Hi Pisces, I hope that everybody's doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. We're starting off with the Emperor. The Emperor talks about working on something, establishing something. It speaks about the goal being longevity and consistency, something that you may be working on, working towards. It also represents Aries energy. For some of you, you're doing stuff with healing. Being drawn to the Ankh that he's holding. It looks like you're getting a further reach for something that you're doing. With the Sun next to the Emperor, it can be stepping into a place that you feel good about, something that you've been working on has been paying off. There's also a sense of maybe changing what your goal was. You could have been reaching for something and you accomplished it, and maybe now you're working towards something else. Also, what it looks like to me is that you could have been developing something as far as like your character or a role that you wanted to be playing, and something that you worked on as far as your identity with the Sun here. And now there's a sense of having that established and then wanting more after, or being ready to take the next step even. Because this also feels like getting more comfortable in your skin, feeling yourself, knowing yourself, things like that. Stuff like based around core identity that maybe you had been working on, authenticity, things like that. So maybe you also feel more comfortable like being in your own skin, or having worked on something that you resonated with. And it seems like you're not going to be swayed away from this. It feels very solid how we're starting off. It looks too that patience is needed, as far as like what I'm looking at is an energy that seems to have established itself and really worked to establish itself, to know its goals and what it wants to work on, and have like the basis of an idea at least for like where you're going and who you are and what that means for you. Now there's a sense of, because that has been established, and I'm seeing this revolve around identity with the Sun here, and like how you want to express yourself and feeling comfortable again within your own skin. I'm getting that this is important. There's a sense of being like, okay, what's next, or what more am I working on? So because this foundation has been created, there's a sense of reaching for more now, and I'm seeing this as a process that's going to take a lot of patience with the Temperance card. I'm also looking at the Eight of Cups too, which is about searching for and seeking more of a sense of fulfillment, more depth even, wanting to take something further, and knowing that it's going to be a bit of a process. So it looks like if one were creating a building, the foundation, metaphorically, of oneself, there's a sense of being ready to, because you've laid the groundwork, now build upon that. Especially reaching towards goals and things that you want, and trusting the timing of that as well. Because it seems like there are a lot of things that you're working towards, and you know that like each section of what you're working towards, it's all going to build upon one another, and there's a sense of like patiently being delicate and deliberate with the balance of everything. Because I'm seeing the Nine of Cups be like things that you're working towards, things that you want, stuff that you've already accomplished, and now where you're going. And with the Temperance card before it, it seems like taking each of these individual goals and things that you're looking to achieve, there's a sense of like that fine balance of like really working on each and every one to stack them up properly. Maybe you also want something to kind of like to each step for it to be compatible and complement one another. Like you could be doing something that's very multifaceted as well, and you want everything to kind of be able to work together in relation to what you're building towards, even though there may be individual pieces or parts of it. And this can be different areas of your life too. It's like you want something specific for your relationships, and then maybe also for your career, maybe personal goals that you have. Health and fitness for some. For some of you, you may be teaming up with someone. Or this can also be an aspect of yourself. It's like wanting to get more serious with something. For some of you, you could have been doing things solo, and now you're going to think about involving other people in what you're doing. You could have wanted to work with someone or spend time with them and it didn't work out. Like you may not have seen eye to eye with this person, so you may be starting something new. Like you could have tried to like bring somebody in or worked with someone, something like that, and it ended up not working out. So there's a sense of kind of leaving that and moving on. What it looks like to me is that something wasn't aligning with you and like what you truly wanted. There's a sense of like not being able to find the type of fulfillment you were looking for. So that's why it's about making a decision, really analyzing that for yourself and moving accordingly. Yeah, something that you've been involved in or someone you may be involved with, there's a sense of like familiarity working with this person or these people or on something in particular, and there's a sense of being tempted to maybe remain in it because it feels comfortable, and it may be scary to like follow a dream or do something on your own. But I'm seeing that you're kind of figuring out what's been holding you back, and it seems like some type of connection or working with someone in particular. It's some type of exchange of energy, and this can be anything. It can be like something you're reading, someone you're connecting with, somebody you've been watching, social media, anything, again, that there's some type of exchange of energy with. It seems like something that you know is not going to propel you. So there's a sense of even catching yourself within that, in these areas that you may be holding yourself back from like reaching the extent at which you are looking to reach. It looks too like there's been a lot of masculine energy that's been adopted and lived through right now, and you're trying to work with the feminine aspects. And all of us have masculine and feminine. It's always about a balance. You may have like put down groundwork or gone after something that you wanted, and now it's about getting into your creativity and the ideas that you have. This can also be another person, but I always see it first and foremost as an aspect of you that you're working with. So as much as it can be someone outside of you, it always starts with your connection between you and yourself. And it seems too like getting connected with this feminine aspect of you right now. I'm seeing this be significant. This is where the pool for like ideas and creativity, especially to see the Empress and the Queen of Cups here. This is about being original, being authentic to you, finding what resonates with you, understanding what your values are, how you want to be treated, the type of area that you're trying to go into or to reach, certain goals that you have, and what matters to you personally. And with the Queen of Cups energy here, it's very much about like feeling everything that you're feeling, getting in touch with your creativity, with your emotional space, and what blossoms from that because you're getting connected with it. Because it seems like there's a sense of like feminine empowerment. Maybe also you're working on validating your feelings too, and like your emotional experience as well, and what you want, and appealing to you rather than other people, what feels right for you and to you authentically. It seems too like right now you're really being guided to have patience and work with yourself, especially in areas where you may be more so looking into things that have been holding you back from exploring your talents, things like that. And this can be anything that trips you up. It's like maybe being around certain people that aren't supporting you or encouraging you from achieving goals that you have. This can be a sense of like laziness or complacency or fear, and then not striving for certain things that you want to strive for. So wherever it is in your life that you feel like you've been holding yourself back, for some of you it's about having a hard time putting in work consistently or being patient enough to allow things to build upon one another. So this may be an aspect of yourself that you're working with, to trust the timing and to put in that consistency to allow things to bloom, especially when it comes to innate skills and abilities with the Ace of Cups here. This can also touch on like self-care, how you're perceiving yourself, your self-esteem. You may also be taking a chance on something. There's something that you may be like emotionally, intuitively, intrinsically, I'm also hearing pulled towards, and you know that it's going to require you to take a leap of faith, take a chance on something, but you know it's something that you want to do. But some type of fear or even a sense of being closed off could have been holding you back from reaching for this. But it seems like because the heart chakra is being addressed now and it's being healed, it seems like there's a direction that you're going to go in, a direction that you're choosing to go in, deciding to go in, and tempering anything that's holding you back as far as a fear space. This can be moving away as well. I'm hearing from the crowd, but it can also be like people around you that aren't supportive of certain dreams that you have. So maybe you're also changing who you're interacting with or how you're interacting with certain people. Maybe even how you're interacting with yourself. This can be addressing like your talk space too. Like, are you speaking positively to yourself? Are you speaking negatively to yourself? Are you being too critical? Are you giving yourself room to grow? Things like that. So in the first spread, I'm looking at Aries, the Sun, Sagittarius, Uranus, Pluto, Venus, and Libra. It looks like you're holding more space for what feels right to you emotionally. This means as well how you want to be received, how you're being treated, what your standards are as far as that, what connections allow you to feel empowered, This can be even your relationship with yourself. It can also be touching your relationships with other people as well. Using your voice more. Maybe you could be guided to speak upon something but feel a bit hesitant to do that. Maybe you want to reflect on that more. For some of you, this is related to like business, job, career. Something that you're working to achieve or build upon. It seems like there's something budding, something that's going to be communicated, stated, called out, but you want to think about this more and maybe even how that's going to affect you. For some of you, you may be getting connected with someone that's going to tie in somehow with your finances. For some of you too, there's something that you're doing with work where you're going to be exercising your throat chakra more than you had been before, but you're still trying to figure out the best way to do this. You may even feel called to say something, but you want to reflect on that before you do. For some of you, this is about giving an answer to someone. You want to think about what you want to say before you reply, so to take your time with that. I'm feeling the Aries energy again strongly. Maybe you have something going on with an Aries, maybe a significant placement for you. There may too be somebody that you're connecting with that's helping you out. This could be somebody giving you like some type of advice or guidance that's helpful to you. For some of you, this is related to resources. For others of you, this is like life advice. This is someone that you perceive to kind of have things put together. Maybe a sounding board for you. Interestingly enough, I'm also seeing something related to a relationship here, and it looks like some type of offer to connect with someone. It seems like you're not going to be taking it, or it doesn't appeal to you enough for you to engage within it or commit to it. Because I'm looking at the Four of Cups here next to the Four of Wands and the Lovers. So like with the Four of Wands and the Lovers together, it would be like someone you could potentially have a connection with or a relationship with, something that would be more committed, more serious, things like that. But with the Four of Cups in the beginning, it seems like something that like may not be interesting enough for you to engage in or commit to. It's not appealing enough. It doesn't draw you in enough. And you may be trying to find the words to communicate this with someone. I'm looking at a lot of masculine energy here. It looks like you're going to be like some type of responsibility is being put on you to advocate in some type of way and really step up and take control of a situation. Here's the Neptune energy. Yeah, so what it looks like to me is that you're going to be giving somebody an answer about like not being interested in something, or you're not going to take some type of offer, or you're not going to engage in something. But it looks like there's some type of waiting period, or you need to think about something to see it like even more clearly. And you may also be disengaging from others at this time to really reflect on this for yourself. Maybe also about what type of relationship you want as well. What you're looking for. And maybe why this thing isn't right for you too. This is also about double Pisces energy. This is also about not not engaging with something or taking something out of convenience. It's about really checking in with yourself and being like, do I actually want this? Do I actually want to commit to that? Do I actually want to engage with this? Or am I doing it because it's easier, because it's convenient, or like because it's there, you know? It looks too like you're diving into the psyche and trying to understand more so like how that reflects on your relationships and maybe how you like your relationship with relationships in general. How you perceive them, why you perceive them in the way that you do. It seems too like something that you'd been waiting for, something that's stable and something that's going to appeal to you more so than what's currently being presented to you. It looks like that's what's going to come through, but it hasn't come through yet. But there's something going on with the timing here, and it seems like there's a need for you to take control of a situation before this other thing can come through for you. Maybe something that needs to be dealt with regarding a past relationship. To take control of a past situation, a past connection that you have. I'm looking at Virgo, Gemini, Neptune, Pisces, Jupiter. I'm also seeing a fire sign here. I'm actually seeing you as the air sign in this, so very interesting. Yeah, it seems like something related to the past is going to be popping up, but it has not popped up yet. But something is definitely being addressed related to a past connection that you have. And you're meant to, like, really take the wheel for this situation when it comes about. There may also be a partnership that you connect with. This can be career, financially based. That's going to help you like step into your power more or find your voice. It may be like encouraging you to kind of establish yourself more so. Maybe even take more creative liberty with something. And that can be a project. It can be part of your personal life. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.